this county. I've always tried my best to, I always felt like it was my duty to try my best to look for opportunities for Cleburne County. And I've gone to D.C. and I've gone to Montgomery and I've asked for money. And I've tried my best to do grants, get grants, and be a part of that. And so I am guilty of trying to do what's best for Cleburne County, what I thought was best for Cleburne County. So in 2011, in the summer, I had a gentleman contact me about the possibility of wind towers on Turkey Head. And so naturally, I was interested. I thought it might be a great opportunity. And I still personally think it's a good opportunity. That's just me speaking. So, and I'm not sure which came first, I can't remember, but I do know that we did introduce him to Mr. Kitchens and some of the other folks who own land on Turkey Heaven as an opportunity. Now I want to explain this. We're a rural county. We have no zoning in the county. And when I first came into office, I really didn't understand that. But I understand now, because we're a rural county, we're a farming county, that zoning has always been a bad word for farmers. I know we probably have several farmers in here. And so we've never pushed zoning. And it's not, zoning is something that we cannot do just at the drop of the hat. County Commission does not have what's called home rule. We could not go into our meeting next week and vote to have zoning. We have to go through the legislature and ask for zoning. And we would have to get it passed. We would have to have a plan to get that to change. So we have never pushed zoning since I've been in office. When a cell tower company comes through Cleburne County, and I know that all of you have a cell phone, when they come through Cleburne County and they find a high spot and they go to that person, they go to that landowner, and they work out a deal, they do not have to ask for our permission because we do not have any say-so. As a county commission, we could not say sorry. And the only time that we've ever had anything to do is where they asked us to write a letter explaining on our letterhead that we had no zoning. So we have done that from time to time. So when a company comes to speak with an individual, it is between that company and individual in the rural part of the county. So the wind company, I think they've spoken to Mr. Kitchens several times, and Mr. Cofield, the Cofield brothers, and I think Headwaters, and had asked to put up Met towers. And a Met tower is a tower that put up to study the wind and study the wildlife and endangered species. And Robin, you may have a chance after a while to correct and tell more about this. But I spoke about this back in 2011. I spoke about it on the radio station. It's even in the Cleburne News. So it was never done in secret. But I don't think the word got out. And I can't say why the word didn't get out. It was never hid from my part, because I spoke about it when I went around asking for votes 2 or 3 years ago. There was a gentleman, Mr. Wise, who met me and said he wouldn't be voting for me because he was against the wind towers. And I said, or wind turbines. And I said, I understand. But we shook hands and we agreed to disagree. So that's where we're at today. The commission, I know that the wind company had spoken and had been around in the area. I think, it's my understanding that you've spoken with different commissioners. You spoke with the mayor of Heflin, the mayor of Ranburne. But it was still, at the time, a business with a private landowner. Then we heard of a threat all of a sudden that we felt, or I felt was a threat, for us to have an opportunity to bring in tax money and some jobs into the county. And I'm pro bringing in jobs. And if that's wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm for bringing in jobs, and I'm for bringing in tax dollars without it taxing us. I want less taxes. But if it brings in a company that would pay the taxes, I'm for it. And if that's wrong, I'm wrong. my point was, I went to Montgomery to see about what could happen. When
You
they
said
done,
this was a threat? Did you say this was a threat?
a threat.
A threat?
No, it's not threat, but
You misunderstood.
when I went to Montgomery, we understood that what was coming down the pipe from Senator Williams would actually stop the opportunity. I didn't want to lose that opportunity. And I went to Gerald Isle, and Gerald Isle was the one who explained to me that I didn't know we could do this. But he said, hey, I can exempt Cleburne from it. And Mr. Lindsay also told me that. Now, I'm not trying to throw either one of those guys under the bus. But that was just something that was brought up. But I stand before you today to say that I went to try to do what's right for Cleburne County. And it's never been a secret. Now, here we are today. I know we have a lot of folks here. And it's come out in the open, and I think a lot of folks are upset. There's been a lot of things said. There's been a lot of, on both sides. And I ask today that we have a peaceful meeting. But I want everybody to understand where I am. I am guilty for trying my best to bring in opportunity for Cleburne County. And I think these commissioners all have that same heart that they want to bring in opportunity for Cleburne County. So, as of now, there is no zone. There is no state legislation. There are federal regulations. So at this time, I guess we'll get the meeting started. I think Mr. Langley showed up. Maybe made it when he started. Mr. Brooks, if you'll lead us in a word of prayer.
Sure will.